The first step in creating a project is to actually create a new workspace. So what I'm going to do is just a simple 10 by 10, and it'll obviously vary depending on the size of your project. Thickness doesn't matter. The rest of these can just be left alone. The only thing you're going to play with are these two numbers. So once I have my workspace, I'm going to go to the 2D text tool and click inside the box, type my name, and you can choose different fonts, plenty to choose from, and all different options with the actual text to make it look different, make it be warped, spaced out, height changed. Just go ahead and play around with that, see what you like. And after that, click close, close again, and I'm going to move this into the center of my workspace. And the first thing I'm going to do is create the boxes to make sure that my letters are connected. So what I'm going to do is just thin boxes, connecting them just like this. I'm going to make one that goes all the way across, and then another one that just goes all the way across, and then finally another one for the eye. There. So now I have these boxes which will make sure that every piece and every letter is connected. So when I go to cut it out, I have one solid piece. The next step is going to be to make these letters into actual lines that we can work with. And the best way to do that I found is to right click it, go to create toolpath, go to Kerf compensation, click that. It'll say text will be converted to curves, continue. You want to click yes. And after that you can just click cancel. And now we have some lines that we can work with. And down at the bottom, you want to click ungroup or Control U to separate all of these. And now we're going to go through and actually weld them together. So I'm going to click the L, Shift, and then click that. Down at the bottom, there is the Weld Joint tool. Click on that, it makes it into one shape, and we're just going to go around and keep doing that. Alright, so now I have the actual shape that is going to be cut out. Now we're going to create the toolpath for it. So by doing that, right click, it'll say create toolpath, Kerf compensation, click that, and in here there are a lot of different things that you can change to change the way that it cuts. And because this is the outside cut, this is going to be an external path, so it's going to be male. You want to keep the weld offset on. The direction type doesn't really matter. And the entry and exit type. These are very important. They make sure that when the cutter starts out, it doesn't actually start on the line and leave a big hole. So what I'm going to do is just try the line at first, and we'll see where it comes up, and then I can make changes from there. So once you have everything selected, click OK, and I can see right down here my entry type is the line, but it makes a curve because it's following the letter. So my torch is going to start right here, actually cut, and then it's going to follow in through the letter. Same thing, then it's going to go all the way around, and then it's going to come out right here and stop right there. So it makes a nice clean entry and exit. Same goes for over here. I did get lucky where it auto created this for me, but in a different circumstance, you would go to this, right click to, and then it would pop up with create toolpath. In this case, I'm going to click edit this toolpath. This is actually going to be an internal cut, so a female cut. The lines and the entry and exit path were actually good, so we don't need to edit that. But in some cases, this green arrow overlaps with your actual piece, and if it does that, it's going to cut into your piece, and you don't want that. So just play around with the angle, the entry and exit type, until you get a green arrow that is going into stock that you're not going to keep, to make sure that it all works out. In that case, switching that isn't what I want, so here's an example of what you do not want. This is in the center of my O, so it's going to start here, cut all this, and completely ruin my piece. So I'm going to right-click that again. It'll let me and edit the toolpath, change it back to a male, just because when I created this, it selected all of that and it made those changes for me. Click OK again, and now it's back to what I want. And anytime you have an internal cut, it's going to show up as red. Any external cut is going to show up as blue. And one of the last steps to do is to edit the toolpath order, because if I were to cut out the shape of Lewis and then the O, it won't be stable and you might have it shift around or warp. So we want it to cut the inside of the O first. So to do that, we go up to the top right hand corner and click Set Toolpath Order. And here you can show what order the toolpath is actually cutting in. And because of the way I set it up, it has it as just one toolpath, but it is good that we had it on the center one first and then over here. The way to change this would just be to click the green arrow is going to cycle through each of your toolpaths. Actually, no, the green arrow is going to cycle between the order of toolpaths, and the blue arrow is going to go between the toolpaths. So in this case, everything worked out good with the order of the toolpath, so I can just click OK. And then finally, to export this to bring it over to the plasma cutter, you want to click Output Options, select G1, make sure it has all toolpaths checked, and then to File, and from here just save it onto your flash drive, the desktop, wherever you have, and whatever way you are going to bring it over to the machine.